In the land of Aurelia, a kingdom known for its golden palaces and fertile valleys, lived a humble farmer named Bako and his daughter, Amara. Their hut was small, their land dry, and their meals often little more than boiled yams and vegetables. Yet despite their poverty, Amara grew into a woman whose beauty and kindness shone brighter than the jewels in the king's treasury. Her long, dark hair flowed down her back like a river of silk, her eyes glistened with warmth, and her smile had the power to ease even the hardest heart. But what made Amara truly remarkable was not her beauty, it was her wisdom and humility. Every day, she rose before dawn to help her father till the soil, fetch water from the well, and care for the few goats they owned. The villagers often whispered, "What a waste! Such beauty should be in a palace, not a farm." But Amara only smiled, knowing that the soil that dirted her hands was also what fed them. In the capital city of Aurelia, the young prince, Prince Dara, was approaching his 25th birthday, the age at which tradition required him to choose a bride. Noble women from across the kingdom prepared themselves, each dreaming of wearing the crown. Dresses were sewn from silks, jewels polished until they sparkled like stars, and dances rehearsed to perfection. But Dara was not impressed. He was not a shallow prince, nor one who sought only wealth or beauty. What he desired was a heart that was pure and strong. One afternoon, while traveling in disguise through the villages with his guards, Dara stopped by the river to rest. It was there he first saw Amara. She was struggling to carry 2 heavy buckets of water, her dress patched and worn, her feet bare. Yet when she noticed an old woman nearby drop her basket of firewood, Amara quickly abandoned her own load to help, smiling as if her strength was endless. The prince watched, astonished. Most noble women he knew would not even glance at a commoner, let alone carry their burden. In that moment, Dara's heart stirred. "Who is that maiden?" he asked one of his guards. "That is Amara, the farmer's daughter," the guard replied. From that day forward, the prince could not forget her. Weeks later, Prince Dara sent word across the land. A grand celebration would be held at the palace, and all eligible maidens were invited. The villagers buzzed with excitement, and Amara's neighbors urged her to attend. "You could be queen," one woman exclaimed. "Imagine, our little village would be honored forever," another added. Bako, her father, was hesitant. "Daughter, such a life is not meant for us. But if the prince has seen your worth, who am I to stop destiny?" Amara agreed to go, though her heart was heavy with a secret she had carried since childhood. When the day came, she wore the only dress she owned, simple, blue, and faded. She walked into the palace hall, where hundreds of noble women sparkled like gems. Yet, even in her simplicity, Amara shone brighter than them all. Her confidence and calm demeanor drew every eye in the room. The moment Prince Dara saw her, he stepped forward. To the shock of the entire court, he took her hand and declared, "This is the woman I wish to marry." Gasps echoed through the hall. The noble women sneered in disbelief. Ministers exchanged worried glances. The king himself looked stunned, but none were as surprised as Amara. When the cheering died down, Amara took a deep breath. Her eyes softened with both gratitude and sorrow as she turned to the prince. "My lord," she said softly, "your offer is an honor beyond measure, but I cannot accept." The room fell into stunned silence. The king rose to his feet in anger. "Girl, do you know what you are refusing? To marry a prince is to have power, wealth, and glory beyond your dreams." Even Prince Dara's face darkened with confusion. "Amara, why? Have I offended you?" Amara shook her head. Tears glistened in her eyes. "You are kind, noble, and any woman would be blessed to stand by your side. But I cannot marry you. My heart belongs elsewhere." A murmur swept through the crowd. Whispers rose louder and louder until the great hall buzzed like a swarm of bees. Taking a deep breath, Amara told her story. "When I was 12 years old, a great plague swept through our village. Many died, and we had no food. My father and I would have starved were it not for a boy, an orphan, who shared with us the little he had. He was poor, ragged, and hungry himself, yet he gave me the last piece of bread he owned. That boy saved my life. From that moment, I vowed that if fate ever allowed, I would one day become his wife. He has no riches, no title, and perhaps no future in the eyes of men. But to me, he is already a king." Gasps echoed through the room once more. The prince looked down, stunned by her honesty. For the first time in his life, someone had refused him, not out of arrogance, but out of loyalty and love. "Who is this boy?" the king demanded angrily. Amara raised her chin proudly. "His name is Kelechi, a simple woodcutter who still lives in our village. He has nothing but his hands, his honor, and the memory of the promise we made as children. That is why I cannot marry the prince." The court erupted into chaos. Some ministers mocked her, calling her foolish. The noblewomen laughed cruelly. "Imagine choosing a woodcutter over a prince," one sneered. But among the common people gathered, whispers of admiration spread. What loyalty! What courage! She would rather keep her promise than gain a crown. Prince Dara silenced the hall with a raised hand. His eyes were heavy with respect, though his heart ached. "You are unlike anyone I have ever met, Amara," he said solemnly. "And though I wish it were otherwise, I honor your choice." True to her word, Amara returned to her village. Weeks later, the entire kingdom buzzed with a shocking decree. Prince Dara had announced, "If a throne cannot win her, then let the throne learn from her. Let all know that love, loyalty, and honor are greater than gold." The people cheered, and Amara's name became a legend told for generations. She married Kelechi, the poor woodcutter, and though their home was small, their love was vast. Together, they raised children who grew up learning that true riches are found not in crowns or castles, but in keeping one's word and following the heart. Moral of the story: this tale reminds us that true love cannot be bought with wealth, titles, or power. Amara's courage to stay true to her heart left a kingdom speechless, and taught even a prince that loyalty is worth more than gold.